Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, March 27th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I am the flow of I am. And today we have a new moon in Aries. New moons are excellent times for planting seeds of intentions. This is an excellent time for it, especially because it's Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So we mentioned back when the sun shifted into Aries, March 20th, that this is like the beginning of a new cycle, kind of like the astrological new year. And the new moon, the first sign, again, has that kind of essence. So if you still haven't had your new year start in 2017, here's another opportunity. You know, like I always say, every day that you wake up, every breath that you take is a new opportunity to begin. But sometimes we like these official things. So here I'm giving you permission to have an official new start again for 2017, if you need it. So planting these seeds of intentions. Sun conjunct the moon. This is why it's so powerful, because these energies are working together. They're working in harmony, and I love this degree. It's at 7 degrees. 7 degrees is a degree of spirit. It is a degree of flow. I've always thought that 7 is a pretty magical number, and so that was before I was into numerology or astrology. I was just like, 7. I just like it. But this is an opportunity to find that flow, and my message from yesterday is echoing today about really being in your authentic flow. Uranus is working through Aries and will continue to be working through Aries for, next 2 years about. So we're still working with this energy, this Uranus energy, helping us liberate our I am vibration. We're liberating it from all of the shoulds, from all of the control, from all of the patternings that have been. And I feel like this new moon is an important part of remembering the flow of I am, remembering it's okay to tune into who you are, to tune into your authentic soul seeds, your authentic soul seeds that create, grow desire within you, that inner fire that then wants to drive you, move you, motivate you. So, speaking of motivation, we are beginning the day with the moon finishing up in Pisces and connecting with Saturn. Saturn, which is about purpose and destiny. And so we have Saturn working through Sagittarius, helping us shift beliefs. I love this meeting, because this meeting is happening at 27, which is a 9, which 9 resonates with Aries, 9 resonates with Mars, 9 resonates with that passion, desire energy that we're working with this new moon in Aries and all this Aries energy. So this connection to me, this square, is your ambition. Where is it really coming from? Is your ambition true to your soul desires and feeding your motivation? Or is the ambition, some of the shoulds, some of the dynasty codes that you've had, some of those, moral paths of control. I've actually got the King and the Queen of Swords, morality and control, right here. They're upside down, though. They're reversed as I pulled them. And so, I'm not saying be immoral or, release, go totally, I keep saying this, not go totally, just totally lost the word. Mercury's in shadow, by the way, starting today. So here we go. Let's see if Mimi can talk through this shadow period. Not go totally anarchist. It's not about this. It really is about coming into your truth, coming into what's true for you, and leaving behind the dynasty code, leaving behind what is not true to you. So that square may give you a little piece of that. They may give you a little hint of that. That's going to be happening really early in the morning. Not all these things that happen are always conscious things. Sometimes, like I said, it's just these downloads, and then suddenly you have this aha, oh my gosh, I've been eating kale my whole life because I was told that it's healthy, and meanwhile when I eat kale, it doesn't feel good. And that's not a true case scenario for me, but we have things like that in our life. Those shoulds. I should eat the kale. I don't feel good when I eat the kale. And yet you eat the kale anyway because you've been told it's good for you. And so this is an opportunity to be like, wait, what is true for me? And what is my motivation? Well, my motivation in that case, I want to feel good. And I've been told this thing makes me feel good. But when I really tune into me, that's not actually what's happening. So this is a call to come back to yourself, to come back to that center. So moon will then shift into Aries. Again, that's going to be a morning shift. You may feel a little quiet, a little tired as the shift happens, but by the afternoon, moon through Aries is going to be like rip-roaring, making its way through. So we're going to have Mars connecting to Neptune. This is all as we're building up into this new moon energy. Mars connecting to Neptune, 12 degrees, the degree of expansion. So Mars moving through Taurus. Mars in Taurus is moving at a slower pace because it wants to get every piece in the foundation right. Taurus energy knows how to build things. Taurus energy knows what reality needs. And then Pisces brings the other magic, the heavenly magic, the mystical magic. And so this connection is really bringing some magic, I feel, into your life to help you, take these steps up into the true flow of your I am. That Neptune energy is like, this is a flow. This thing is happening. The expansion is happening. And Taurus, the Mars in Taurus might be like, hey, you've got to notice what's going on in your life, these changes that are happening. So often we get caught up in, it's not moving fast enough, I want it now, when is it going to happen? And we're all in that lack energy, and Spirit's like, that's not how it works. Notice what's happening. Notice these changes that are happening. Noticing the expansion that's happening. And that's going to help keep your motivation. That's going to help you keep it being in that flow and moving through the flow. We then have the moon meeting up with Venus. Venus retrograding. Another 3-degree energy. Another energy of that expansion. I've definitely got the expansion vibration going with these cards. I've got the traveling card, which to me is like, widen your horizons. Look with a bigger perspective view on what's going on, and then the experiencing. You've got to open up these horizons because there are things that you need to experience at this time. I think this moon conjunct Venus is part of this. What's going on through this retrograde? What's coming up for you that's asking you to look at your worth? What's coming up for you that's asking you to step up in your talents in another way? What talents have you been avoiding, pushing aside within you? And I have something that I'm going to get into in just a little bit after I go into the moon for a little bit about this. So I will come back to that. But think about that. Where is this worth wanting to bubble up in and through you? So then we have that moon. New moon energy, 7:57 p.m. Pacific time. Planting our seeds of intention. Now I want to mention, it is not necessary that you do this on the dot of 7:57. Is that powerful? Yeah, it can be. But I think what's most powerful is when we are in our own flow and when we notice the energy and how it's working with us. Because this is planetary energy, and planetary energy is not like, it's not a time thing. It's an energy wave thing. And so when you can tune into it on that level, then you're working with the cosmos instead of working with your mind energy and working with the shoulds. Let's get out of the shoulds. It's no fun in the shoulds. So we have that. Now I read yesterday the Sabian symbol. I'm going to read it again because I love this one. So Sabian symbol for Mars, or Aries, 7 degrees. A man succeeds in expressing himself simultaneously in 2 realms. I really do feel like this is one of these timeline things. I think that there's a potential for some merging at this time. Okay, the life of shoulds, the life of like true soul energy, and now it's like they're coming together, they're coming closer. Who are you really? Are you expressing it? You had to have this other experience. These experiences were necessary, like if this is a thing, I mean, who knows? Who knows what real things are and what's not, and I don't know. I'm not claiming to know. But like, if there are parallel lives, if there are these things where there is, the authentic soul life, and then there's the free will life, then there's purpose in that. And you needed to experience some of those things. And I believe if that's the case, these energies are connected and they're supporting each other for a reason. So it's not about beating yourself up for what you've gone through. Do not cling to the past about what you've gone through. All meant to be, all meant to happen. Purpose. Don't get caught up in the shoulds and the morality of it. There was purpose. But what have you learned from this? And again, where is this helping you get into your true soul ambition? Where is it helping you get into your true soul seeds so that you can keep moving forward in a way that's more authentic to yourself, that's most authentic to yourself? Now, there's a few little aspects that are happening in the background that I think feed into this. We have Lilith in Scorpio. She's back there. True Black Moon Lilith. That's the Lilith I look at. She's at 16, 17 degrees. And we have Ceres at 17 degrees in Taurus. So they're opposing each other. Ceres represents the mother. So often, our parents their energies, intentional or not, doesn't matter, feed into that soul ambition. You know, like the mothers who are like, well, I wanted to be a dancer and I didn't have a chance to dance. And so then the daughter becomes this world-renowned dancer, but it's not her soul passion. Yes, she likes this thing, but it's not her soul passion. So recognizing where you may have picked up these energies and giving yourself an opportunity to be like, okay, I love this thing. The experience served me. It did expand my horizons, but this is what's calling me now. I want to sing. I want to sing. I don't want to be the dancer on the stage. I want to be the singer on the stage, honoring that call within. We also have Pallas finishing up in Pisces. Pallas is at 29 degrees, that mastered level degree. Pallas is patriarchy. Again, with the patriarchal energy, we get into the shoulds. We get into this is how things are done. And so you may have gone in a direction because this is how things are done. And so you have an opportunity to release that, especially as Pallas is going to begin a new cycle by shifting into Aries soon. We have Mercury beginning its shadow period, beginning to help us go within in looking into our I am vibration and shifting from that place. So we have that going on. And then we have Jupiter and Pluto squaring each other. They are squaring each other at 19 degrees. That is a 10. That is that worth stuff. And worth, knowing your worth, is such an important part of being able to honor your soul ambition. So you may not know what it is, but this is a really potent seed that you can plant during this experience. I want to know my soul purpose. I want to know my soul ambition. I want to feel that soul desire firing up within me and driving me, moving me. I want to honor that fire. That's a beautiful intention that can be planted for anyone within this energy. Now, I want to mention one thing about that Jupiter-Pluto square. If you are a 1980 baby, chances are 1980, 1981, you're feeling this a bit because, 1980, 1981, we all have Pluto energy right around where Jupiter's firing up and right around where Pluto is squaring it. So if you're really struggling at this time, that may be something, and you may want to consider a reading. So you're like, but that may just be your answer. And if that's tough, give yourself the space. Major transformation is happening. I'm going to finish off with the cards, the animal cards. Oop. I pulled raccoon again. So, go back yesterday. Are you wearing this mask? Where are you hiding from yourself? What mask are you wearing that's no longer serving you? And I was like, well, I want to get something else besides raccoon. What is this mask? And I pulled octopus. And this is a really interesting thing. Reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. And what came up is something that Nicole actually alluded to in our GPS for this week. And so I was like, oh, here it is. Here it is with raccoon and octopus. So, there's lots of spiritual teachers out there, and I think that there's lots more opening up to their capabilities. And so if you're somebody who is a teacher, or if you are somebody who's opening up to the spiritual teacher within them, there's no need to don a mask. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like Nicole. You don't have to be like Doreen Virtue. You don't have to be like Dr. Wayne Dyer. If you are the spiritual teacher, you have this authentic energy. So don't think that you have to octopus, all over. Yes, learn from people, but also at the same time, take that quiet, take that space to really get in and pinpoint who you are without the masks. It happens all the time. It's something that I realized. I was like, oh, I'm a sponge. I soak up other people's things. So to make my astro really authentic, I don't really listen or read anybody else's astro except Rob Bresney. His is so different than mine that I don't feel like it affects, this input, what's coming through. But that may be something to look at, within, in and of yourself. You are enough in and of yourself, and if this is something that you are looking into doing, I'm not saying, push everybody away, don't listen to the teachers. Just notice if some of those masks are coming into you. And also notice, even if you're not a spiritual teacher, even if you're just, like listening to, multitudes of things, you don't have to put my beliefs on. You don't have to put Nicole's beliefs on. You don't have to put our beliefs on as part of your own. Take what works with you, put everything else to the side, and maybe it'll come in and work at some point, and maybe it won't. But there is such a call for our authenticity at this time. Aries is such a call to really dive into the I am vibration and know that you are enough as you are. We'll get more into that during Taurus time, but know that you're enough right here, and planting those seeds of intention, like your enoughness, and like really embracing the I am. This is a really powerful moment, and it's a really powerful starting point. And again, like I said, every breath can be a starting point, but this, has this nice little astrological marker with it. So that is it for today. Happy new moon in Aries. Enjoy this energy. Use this energy to serve you. Book a reading if you want to dive deeper into your personal chart. I have all kinds of readings available at GaiaBlooming.com. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.